Absolutely gorgeous morning out in Shropshire. I don't know if you can see very well, but there is quite a lot of fog around. Yes. So I'm looking forward to getting into the woods and seeing what I can see this morning. I'm not expecting any, amazing photos because I don't know the woods too well, but I'm quite excited because I don't know it too well. It's like a bit more reactive than knowing what to expect. So yeah, it's a bit cold. It says 6 degrees, but I think it's colder than that this morning. There's been some frost and dew around on the ground. Now I am running a little bit late this morning, so there'll be less of the B-roll footage. I just want to get straight into the woods really, rather than mess around setting the camera up too many times, because it does take time. Set the camera up, walk, come back, pick the camera, walk again. It's worth it though, because I really enjoyed doing that video for you last time. So yeah, hopefully this one will be a bit more action in the woods. No fog. So that means either we missed it or there was none here anyway. So I think we'll go with the option B, that there was none here anyway. And then I avoid disappointment of me sleeping in. But it's good because I don't have to rush around now and pressure myself to get photos. I can just take it easy and think about compositions and hopefully give you some good ideas about what's going on in this little head of mine when I'm in a place like this. So I'm just going to chill out for a minute because that was actually quite a tiring hike up with all of this gear on my back. So time for a coffee, a little bit of breath work just to calm myself down, and then we'll be on to finding some photos. So I'm about 20 metres into the woodland now. Just walked up the hill and sat down and had a drink. Walked a little bit further on and this scene caught my eye straight away. I did notice it the other day with the characterful silver birch trees. You can't really miss them in any woodland. They just stand out against any foliage in the background. So yeah, we've got a nice mature oak tree somewhere down. There he is there, and then obviously these characterful silver birch trees making up a foreground with the odd beech tree scattered in there as well. On the floor there's obviously lots of potential with ferns rising in the next few months. And yeah, I just think there's going to be a lot of potential down in this scene. There's a broken branch that's come off the tree, so it's obviously been fighting the storms that we had not too long ago around here. Yeah, so this would be my kind of initial approach now, would be just to walk around the scene and just understand a little bit more about what I might want to capture from the scene. Obviously the main focus will be the nice mature oak tree, which is the focus of this entire woodland is there's so many of them around, so I'm trying to tell the stories of these 200-300 year old oaks. I'm hoping there might be some bluebells that spring up down in the woodland floor behind me. So that's something I'll head down now and look for some signs of shoots, early signs of the thick green, almost like grass, but they're a lot thicker, a lot darker. Good signs that there's going to be some bluebells, and yeah, who knows what else might be there. So yeah. Lo and behold, 2 meters away, there we go. Lots and lots of bluebells all the way down. So that's going to make for some good photography potential. I mean, that's quite a nice scene right there. Yeah, it's going to be good. So yeah, as you can see, composition number 1. I think it's going to look fantastic in about a month's time when those bluebells start coming through. Going to be some beautiful colours falling on this woodland floor. You've got a hint of the oak tree just in the distance there. I obviously want that to be the focus, so yeah, I'd probably use a slightly shallower depth of field and just bring that into focus. Leave a little bit of the foreground just out of focus. Just to keep the eye where I want it down there. What I'm hoping for, because the sun is going to set kind of up there, so I might get a lovely soft glow of light just falling in behind here, give you something to take the eyes to. But yeah, it's early days. I'm going to be interested to see how this one develops. So I hope to get this in a few different kinds of conditions. A nice foggy morning would be awesome, with some front light, because the sun is rising pretty much directly behind me, so it could just start burning through the fog, bringing lots of attention to these front trees here, and just leaving a little bit of a fall off into the background there. So I want to get the old oak just slightly concealed by the fog, and I think that's going to look brilliant. So for me, in my photography, this the next few visits to this place are the most important part of the process, I think. It's the process of kind of trial and error. You might weigh something up behind the camera, even just in the videos that I'm creating now, where I'm talking you through some compositions. I might not be taking any images, but just the process of lining it up, going home, kind of looking at it on the computer, looking at the comp, and just thinking what works, what doesn't, so that the next time I come back, I'll make a tiny little tinker, and again break it down. Do I like it? Do I not? Why? And then I'll eventually come to a point where I'm happy with a composition, and then I just kind of wait it out and revisit until I get something that I don't think can be improved upon. I mean, there's always ways to improve, and as I mature, I'll be revisiting scenes that I think I'm happy with now, and I'll probably find ways to make them better, or different. I don't know that better really is the right word to use, but different as our vision evolves. But just this process is so important for evolving your ideas as a photographer, I think. So, you know, there's not going to be a great deal of photography for a while. I mean, if there was some fog this morning, then I'd probably have taken some images, but they'd have all been a stepping stone towards the next thing, probably. I don't like to just visit a place once. I feel like you build a much better connection with a place upon multiple visits. They become like a sanctuary for me when I visit them a lot. There's a certain bond you build with the place, and just causes lots of personal growth, I think, when you come back to a place that's so still and you allow the trees to clear your head. So yeah, multiple visits to a location like a woodland, I feel like the trees become like characters in your life. And I mean, I've got my favourite trees to go to that help me to untangle my thoughts, make sense of life in a way. So I actually wrote a full article, A Year Amongst Trees, and it's over on my website, where I talk in depth about some visits to the woods last year, how they helped me with lots of kind of questions that I have about my own life, and I think you might find something interesting there if you go over and have a read. So I'll pop a link down below, and yeah, it'd be great if you went to check it out and let me know what you think. Couldn't help coming back here to this little scene. It's the one that I spent the most time in on my first video. I just love it. I think it's got so much character with the three different, let me just get out of the way of that one as well. So 3 different oak trees, and they're all kind of working together in this scene, holding each other up, supporting each other through thick and thin. This one, as you can see, all hollowed out on the inside, but still alive. I can see leaves. And yeah, I'm super excited to see what it's going to look like. It's the old sentinel of the woodland. It's clearly super old. It's had a tough old life. It's lost nearly all of its branches. There's just a few snaking off just above it. All of its kind of lower level branches are gone. And yeah, it's almost just one singular trunk now. But it's alive, and that's the main thing. So I'm going to bond with this one as well as the other 2. And yeah, I just think there's going to be some special photos to come from this scene. I'm looking forward to seeing it in all different seasons, all different conditions, fog, sunlight, you know, snow. I think a snow scene here is going to look amazing. But yeah, we've got a lot of spring to go first, and there are some signs of bluebells on the floor as well, which are going to add some real beauty to this scene. I'm looking forward to it. Just compositions everywhere in here. Now, I quite like this one. It just needs a little bit of work, a little bit of fine tuning, but I like the pathway leading through to the old boy at the end. Some different conditions would look great. I like these guiding you through the scene, but yeah, it just needs a bit more. This is, you know, this is my process. I weigh something up, I capture like a photo or a video, and then I'll think about it and probably make some kind of change next time I come back. Just stumbled across this beautiful little scene, which I think is going to make for an amazing photograph. I absolutely love it. This old tree here, probably the oldest in the woodland, or it's up there amongst the oldest. I'm not sure I've discovered them all yet and inspected them all, but I know that that one is really old by the bulbous nature of the lower part of this trunk, and there's some fungus hiding behind it still. It's quite late, I think. But yeah, I just think this has got so much potential to make an amazing photograph in a few weeks' time. Litter in the floor, just around here and down here. Some bluebells, but there's not, it's not carpeted. There's just splashes here, and some around the base of this old guy. So yeah, it's not a carpet of bluebells. It's just enough, I think, just to add a little splash of colour. And sometimes that's better than your typical bluebell woodland scene. I think this one is going to look incredible. What I'd like to do is just open up the angle a little bit more, because at the top I'm just going to lift you up. You can see where this big branch has fallen, so it's from there, and it's just lost a lot of its character and shape, and it's now hanging on down on the floor. But I'm just on my crop sensor camera, and I'm as wide as it will go. So on full frame I think I'd get that in. Obviously I'd want some mist behind them, because I don't like these bright white skies that, if I lift this up now, you can see horrible, ugly, bright white sky. I like to eliminate those either by panning down like that, which I think looks great already. I might actually capture an image here now. But yeah, it's just a waiting game now, and I'm really happy with this one. I think this is going to look incredible. I quite like that there's a hint of another old tree in the distance there, to just give that little bit of depth to the image. So visit number 2, and I found some beautiful photos already. Yeah, it's just proven to be an amazing find, this place. And as you can see, my kind of vision is my eyes in, and I'm seeing things now which weren't clear to me when I came last time. It's about allowing your curiosity to lead you, I think this game is. You turn up once and you hit level 1 of your kind of exploration. If you're a curious soul like me, you want to see what lies further in. So you'll take one more step the next time, and then the next time you take another step, and you just keep creeping a little bit further in to the woodland. You allow your imagination to take over, and that will just sit in my mind when I go home. I thought about this woodland a lot, and I've been here once, but it's in my mind now. And yeah, in the time between both videos, it took over, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. It's quite strange. It's quite a strange obsession, but I could be addicted to a lot worse things than woodland photography and trees. So yeah, there's my 2 cents on curiosity. I think it's a huge player in photography. You have to become curious about your subjects, you have to become curious about the woodland, you have to become curious about yourself and ask yourself questions and then try to answer them with your visits to these places. You never will, you just get more questions, but that's the fun of life. I hope you're enjoying this video. I'm gonna look around for some more comps, but yeah, probably drawing my time in here to an end now. I've been here a couple of hours. Yeah, I didn't really set myself a time frame for today. I just wanted to be free to see where it took me. So yeah, we're doing okay today though. I'm happy for a second visit. Perfect. Yet another composition now. Can you see the eye? You're watching. Yeah, I think this is going to look great. I love the little baby trees surrounding this elegant old oak tree. What I'm conscious of is light again in this scene, and it's going to approach in the morning in this direction. The sun's going to rise over my right shoulder, so I can just picture this already in a foggy setting with that sun just burning through and kissing the right hand side of this trunk. Cooler tones just over in this left hand side, just really giving you that feeling of morning light breaking into the woodland. I think, yeah, there's a lot of potential here. What do you think so far, guys? I'm really interested to hear your thoughts about this woodland to start with. Are you impressed by these elegant old oak trees? Are you impressed by what I've seen so far? You know, offer me some thoughts. Are you impressed by my presentation? Have you got any criticisms? I'd love to hear them. If you want me to, you know, try a different approach or cover some certain subjects, you know, I'm open to all sorts. So I've just got to navigate through this tricky little section. So yeah, I'm always open to improvements. So if you could let me know, that'd be great. I think I'm going to call it a day for today. This is visit number 2. It's been a very productive one actually. I've got 3 or 4 really nice compositions in mind, and like always, it's just a case of waiting now, refining, and yeah, just keep revisiting, keep pushing the limits and taking that extra step. So I hope you'll be excited for episode 3, which I'll try and get filmed in the next week or 2, and yeah, hopefully I'll get some nice misty conditions or sunrises, even some sunsets in the future. Looking forward to seeing these bluebells come through. Yeah, but let me know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you soon.